The Lean Startup is a book about how to start and run successful new businesses, especially when innovation is crucial. Welcome back to Poetics of Success. Today we will explore the book The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. The book introduces the idea of lean methodology, which focuses on quickly creating simple versions of products, learning from customer feedback, and improving the product step by step. 3 main takeaways from the book are: 1. Build, measure, learn. 2. Validated learning. 3. Pivot or persevere. Before learning your measurements in perseverance, do not forget to subscribe for more validating content. This approach in the book helps new businesses avoid wasting resources, work efficiently, and have a better chance of success. Here is the simplest way to describe it. Make a basic version of your product, see how customers react, and learn from their feedback to make better decisions. Use experiments and data to test your ideas about the business and understand what customers really need. Decide whether to make big changes, pivot, or keep going in the same direction. Persevere based on what you learn from customers. In The Lean Startup, Build, Measure, Learn is a core concept and cycle that drives the lean methodology. Here's what each component means. Build is about creating a minimal viable product, MVP. This is the simplest version of a product that can be built quickly and with minimal effort. The MVP is designed to test a specific hypothesis or assumption about the business or product. Measure comes after the MVP is built. The product is released to customers. The next step is to measure how customers interact with it. This involves collecting data and feedback to understand how well the product meets customer needs and expectations. Learn includes analyzing the data and feedback collected during the measurement phase to draw insights and validate or invalidate the original hypothesis. This learning informs the next steps, whether to pivot, make significant changes, or persevere. Continue improving the current path. The cycle is iterative, meaning it is repeated multiple times. Each iteration helps the startup refine the product and better understand the market, ultimately leading to a more successful and customer-aligned product. In short, Build, Measure, Learn is a simple yet powerful process used to create and improve products. First, you build a basic version of your product, called a minimal viable product, MVP, to test your idea quickly. Then, you measure how real customers use it and gather their feedback. Finally, you learn from this data to see if your idea is working or if you need to make changes. By repeating this cycle, you can make better products faster and with less risk, making sure you're meeting customer needs effectively. Validated learning, according to the author, means using real data to prove that your ideas about your product and business are correct. Instead of just guessing or assuming what customers want, you actually test your ideas and see if they work in the real world. Here's how it works. Make a hypothesis. Start with an idea or assumption about what customers might want or need. Build an MVP. Create a simple version of your product to test that idea. Measure results. Release the MVP to customers and gather data on how they use it and what they think about it. Analyze data. Look at the data to see if your initial idea was right or wrong. Learn and adjust. Use what you learned from the data to make better decisions and improve your product. Validated learning helps you make sure you're on the right track by using evidence from real customers, reducing the risk of failure, and making your product better step by step. As a summary, validated learning is about testing your ideas with real customers to see if they work, rather than just assuming they will. It involves creating a basic version of your product, gathering feedback and data from users, and analyzing this information to understand if your idea is correct. This process helps you confirm whether your assumptions are right or if you need to change your approach. By using real evidence to make decisions, You can improve your product based on what customers actually want and need. Pivot or persevere means deciding whether to make a big change or keep going with your current plan based on what you've learned from your customers. Here's how it works. Pivot. If the feedback and data show that your current idea or product isn't working well, you might decide to change direction. This could mean changing your product, your strategy, or your target audience to better meet customer needs. Persevere. If the feedback and data show that your current idea is working and customers like it, you keep going with your plan and continue improving your product. The goal is to use real information to make smart decisions. If your initial plan isn't working, pivoting can help you find a better path. If your plan is working, persevering helps you build on that success. As a conclusion, pivot or persevere is a decision-making process used to decide whether to stick with your current plan or change direction based on what you've learned from customers. If your product is getting good feedback and meeting customer needs, you persevere and keep improving it. But if the feedback shows that your product isn't working or isn't what customers want, you pivot by making a significant change to your approach, product, or strategy. This helps ensure that you're always moving in the right direction and making decisions based on real data rather than sticking stubbornly to a plan that might not be successful. These 3 principles can help a small business by making sure it creates products that customers really want. Here's how these principles work together and can be used step by step. For Build, Measure, Learn principle, use the following strategy. Make a simple product. Start by creating a minimal viable product, MVP. This is a basic version of your product that has just enough features to test your idea. If you're opening a new coffee shop, start by offering just a few types of coffee. Get feedback, release your MVP to customers and see how they react. Collect data on their behavior and opinions. Serve your coffee to customers and ask for their feedback. Note how many people buy it and what they say about it. Analyze data. Look at the feedback and data to understand if your idea is working. Are customers happy? Are they buying your product? If customers like the coffee but wish there were more options, you've learned something important. The concept validated learning can be employed as follows. Test ideas. Use the data you've collected to test your assumptions about your business. If you think offering more coffee options will increase sales, start by adding a few more types and see what happens. Measure results. Collect new data based on the changes you've made. See if sales go up with the new coffee options and if customers give positive feedback. Learn and adjust. Use this information to make informed decisions about your next steps. If the new coffee options are popular, you might decide to add even more options or try selling pastries too. Pivot or persevere strategy may include the below steps. Evaluate feedback. Regularly review the data and feedback to see how well your business is doing. After a few weeks or months, look at overall sales and customer satisfaction. If things aren't going well, change your approach. This might mean changing your product, your business model, or your marketing strategy. If the coffee isn't selling well, maybe you need to try selling smoothies or tea instead. If things are going well, keep going with your current plan and continue to improve your product. If customers love your coffee and sales are growing, keep making coffee and find ways to make it even better. By following these principles, a small business can be more flexible, responsive, and successful. They help ensure the business is always learning from its customers and making decisions based on real information, not just guesses. In summary, a small business can use the principles of Build, Measure, Learn, validated learning, and pivot or persevere to become more successful and efficient. First, they should build a simple version of their product to test their ideas without spending too much money. Next, they measure how customers react and gather feedback to understand what's working and what isn't. Using this validated learning, they can make informed decisions about whether to keep improving their current product or pivot to a new approach if the initial idea isn't meeting customer needs. This approach helps businesses save time and resources by focusing on what customers actually need and adjusting their strategies based on real feedback. In conclusion, Eric Ries' book, The Lean Startup, is a valuable guide for anyone looking to start a successful business. The book introduces key principles like build, measure, learn, validated learning, and pivot or persevere that help businesses create products that customers truly want. By focusing on creating a minimal viable product, gathering customer feedback, and making informed decisions based on real data, entrepreneurs can minimize risks and increase their chances of success. Ries's approach encourages flexibility, continuous improvement, and smart use of resources, making it an essential read for aspiring business owners and innovators. Thanks for joining us as we explored The Lean Startup by Eric Ries here on Poetics of Success. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insights on achieving success. Until next time, may success be with you. See you in the next video.